ESPN, the world leader in motorsports coverage, presents Speed World. It is a gray and cloudy day here in Tampa, Florida. And on this 1.9-mile, 12-turn course, 18 competitors are ready to run 33 laps in one of the most exciting racing series in America today. It's the 1990 Barber Saab Championship Series, race number 11 of 12. Hello, everyone. I'm Ken Squire. Delighted to have you along to enjoy what should be a dandy. You talk about Barber Saab, and ask my colleague here, Scott Pruitt, you're talking about some great racing.
Talking about some real great racing. Here we have the Saab Series. Everything virtually identical. Tires identical, chassis identical, suspension identical, wings, everything. With one big difference, the driver. This is a great opportunity for young drivers to really show their stuff, to make their mark, so to say.
And on this track, they can really strut their stuff. It's as quick as anything over which they run. It has a lot of runoff area all around it, Scott. Neat track.
Great track. Real wide, real flowing. For a street track, it's pretty unique. It's going to give them an opportunity to race side by side, wheel to wheel. There's not going to be that one line that we usually see on street courses.
Let's meet one of those new shining stars of American racing. Guy Hobbs is standing by with him now.
With Paige Jones, the youngest driver in this series, and also the fastest American. It's a little foreign sandwich here, Paige. Do you feel pressure, being the son of Parnelli Jones, to perform well and follow in your father's footsteps?
Yeah, that's always true. It always helps me with opportunities, but once I get my foot in the door, I got to keep it open for myself.
All right, well, he's stuck between the Flying Finn and the Swifty Swede, so good luck to Paige Jones today.
18-year-old Paige Jones starting from that third position with our onboard camera, and we'll be back with Barber Saab Championship competition in a moment from Tampa. And beside him from Finland comes Tony Levo. Then Paige Jones in the United States is on the inside of row 2, and beside him Robert Arman of Sweden. In row number 3, John Tanner is there, and alongside from Los Angeles, Brian Herta. In row 4, it'll be Johnny Robinson, the winner at Road Atlanta this season. And beside Robinson comes Bob Reed. Going to row 5, there's John Bingham and Lee Perkinson. In row 6 is the son of the promoter at Del Mar, California, David Pook. His dad is listed as car owner, Christopher Pook. Lou Parati starts alongside in row 6. For row 7, Wes Short and John Hotchkiss Jr. And then row 8 is John Gooding and Tom Jaquette. In row 9, splitting the field, Blair Walker and Cecil Leppert. That's the starting field here at Tampa. Wilson going for his 6th win of the season. There you get a look at the weather. Possibility of rain, about 80%. Cloudy right now. A little on the humid side for sure. Field coming down for a start. 11th of 12 races in the Barber Saab Championship Series 1990. Scott, good-looking field.
Great-looking field. Actually pretty interesting. On the front row, we have the champion for this season, Rob Wilson, against a virtual newcomer to the Saab Series, Tony Livio.
Who goes into the Camel GT prototype racing next year with a new Australian team. That'll be exciting, maybe in Del Mar, California. Here we are down this straightaway, and they get them 3 deep as they come for green. Rob Wilson under a lot of pressure as they come to this flat-out turn number 1. Wilson has the lead.
It's like Paige Jones was a little aggressive there. 3 abreast as they cross the start-finish line.
Lee Perkinson in the blue, number 7, making a very strong move in that opening lap. Now they come into a series of S-turns here. Really challenging. Over 100 miles per hour through this portion of the course. And then a very tight left-hander, turn 6 right here. As Wilson sets the mark and draws away by 3 car lengths. The number 70 staying in second, jumping from 4th up to 2nd comes John Arman, the Swedish driver. 96 tailing back in position, Paige Jones here in the early going.
So these cars are virtually identical except for the driver, so this is a good opportunity for these drivers to really show their stuff.
Here's Rob Wilson continuing to lead. Watching this battle, number 98-6 Paige Jones trying to fend off 3 competitors who are giving him fits, and the man that's the strongest right now is Johnny Robinson, starting back in 7th. Jones is running in 4th, Robinson in 5th.
Robinson is leaning on him pretty good, trying to make a couple moves there a little bit ago.
Loses some ground here.
Loses a little bit.
Easy to lose and easy to make up when a track is this slippery. Here you see the 28 ready to mix it up. Remember that Tony Lebo started on the outside of the front row. He fell back 4 positions on the start. And Wilson gets her sideways for just a moment through the S's. Wilson continuing to build on a big lead over Robert Armand in second, John Tanner in third, Paige Jones back in fourth. Paige dropping back 1 spot. The 18-year-old driver in the black number 96.
You can get a good idea of how slippery this surface is. From some of these shots from above, the asphalt virtually looks kind of a mirror-like or very, very shiny. And that part of the track is very, very slippery.
Might be fine for doing figures, but not the kind of figures these guys are interested in. Here's that number 9 car, and that is Robinson.
Huh.
We've got one that gets loose and brings the second one with him. It's the 98 and the 20.
John Bingham.
John Bingham loose, spinning around. And there's a rain out there. It's drizzling on the track, which isn't helping matters. And here's the number 96 getting parked. That's Paige Jones in trouble. And from his in-car camera, he's trying to get her righted and back into this thing. Bad moment for Paige Jones in number 96 as he tries to get her flying one more time. He's got some making up to do, and apparently we've got a lot of rain. Here's the 11 loose, Leo Perante's car, and everybody is beginning to do the square dance out here.
We talked earlier, you know, weather was going to be a little bit of a condition.
Let's take a look at that first incident. Very quick part of the course. It's a how do you do, and away goes the number 20, and with him comes on the outside, I believe it's the 28 machine as well.
Looks like John just got himself in very, very deep there. Maybe a little bit of a wet situation.
There's Paige Jones in trouble and some others trying to get out of it, and the 11 car almost collects him. That's the Leo Perante car finally getting righted. Let's take a look from the in car.
Get an idea the weather's coming down. A little bit of rain, the track's getting slippery.
Paige in 5th at this time.
Just gets on the throttle a little bit too hard.
And at the moment, under a full course caution, it is Robert Amron, a Swedish driver, who leads. Johnny Robinson has come to 2nd. David Pook has slipped back to 3rd. Bob Reed is in 4th. Tony Lebo now finds himself in 5th. And our camera car, from which we're getting this shot, Paige Jones, has pulled himself up into 11th place. All right, they're showing green, and we're back underway. Amron takes that number 70 down into turn number 1 under heavy pressure from Johnny Robinson. Battle for the lead.
Heavy pressure from Johnny Robinson. Leading on pretty good. He's taking a little bit of a move there. Looking here, looking there, filling up his mirrors. Not letting him get away with anything.
Robinson, who says he loves to run in the rain, getting his wish here. Let's see if it'll pay off for him. Coming up to straightaway speed. It's how you come off that corner that'll make the difference right down here. Look at this move by Robinson. Say goodbye to Amron in first place and give it to Johnny Robinson.
Great move right at the inside. Heavy braking area there, just zipped up the inside. Robinson actually has quite a bit more experience than Amron. Amron is his first race here. I think he's still getting used to the car to see what's going on with him.
Now look at this battle further back. Here you see David Pook still doing a fine job holding that position and holding off Bob Reed in the number 10. Reed challenging Pook for 3rd spot. Pook staying in front, and it's 3 wide. Ooh. Dicey there.
Real dicey situation going on here.
The 10 taking a big line, and Pook very wisely letting him have it or putting them both in the wall. At turn 12, the move made that puts Reed into 3rd. Pook drops into 4th, maintaining the 5th place out there. Lebo got a spinner. It's the 93 looping and coming off the track.
Looks like
John Tanner.
Looks like he did just a little bit more in looping. He got a little bit of a shot there. His left front wheel looked pretty askew.
Tony Lebo working on Pook pretty hard. The yellow car is Pook. 10 just in front. Bob Reed, he is 3rd. Pook is in 4th. And there you see Wilson closing back up. The 28 car, Tony Lebo, who started outside of the front row, now challenging young Pook. Makes a good move, gets a good line, and they come 3 wide down.
I don't know what that was.
That was some sort of a hand signal, and I don't think it needs any explanation.
I'll tell you, that Levo leaned on him pretty hard there. I'm not really sure what's going on, but he took him clear up to the wall on the inside.
Levo into third. Wilson comes to fourth. And they continue their own little form of communication here as Wilson continues to put the pressure on Finland's Tony Levo, and Wilson rides him out. Coming out of turn 12.
Wilson put a nice move right up the inside.
Bad hit.
Heavy hit into the wall here. Actually, is that Johnny Robinson?
Is that the 9 car?
That's the leader. Tough break for him.
It is not the leader. It would be, let's take a look. There is your leader, and it would be Blair Walker. Blair Walker, who had started back in 17. Same colors, and you saw the 9 on the back. But that's the 9 that counts. That's the 9 that is in first place. Johnny Robinson, who started 7th in the event, won 2 previous races this year.
Showing the way for him here this weekend. He said he likes the rain, and I'll tell you what, certainly does look like it. It's like Jones is going to start leaning on David Pook here in a little bit. Working his way back up towards front. We got to remember, his front wings are askew, actually missing half of one side.
It's Paige Jones going for the 7th spot out here.
And goes by. Makes the move and goes right on by.
On dry tires, they were averaging 84 miles an hour. On wet at 83.
Rob Wilson is not going to make turn 1.
Whoa! Wilson. Now that's a handling problem of the highest order out there, Scott. Boy, that one looks tough.
That's a bad situation. It's like he got into the wall pretty heavy somewhere.
Rob Wilson, who gave it a great shot, came up from 7th all the way to 2nd. He's not going to be smiling about this one.
He's still working his way around track.
Leader coming by. Car number 9 in front. Johnny Robinson. From the Paige Jones onboard camera in this Barber Saab competition. Molded a 3rd place out of this event as he's been picking them off. And we're into the final lap on Johnny Robinson in first spot. No time to throw it away here. Robinson staying in first. Staying second is Robert Amron in this number 70 car. And then it's a big interval back to third. And the guy who's fought his way back into it is being reported as Paige Jones in the 96.
Paige is putting a really nice drive in today. Had a little bit of problem from onslaught and managed to work his way back up towards the front. Shot of Rob Wilson with his car.
And Wilson, if you can do it with 4 wheels, why not try it with 3? Robinson staying up in front on his final lap. Here he is down out of turn 12 and headed for the checkers. 3rd win of 1990 goes to Johnny Robinson in the Barber Saab Pro Series. The winner of Tampa is Robinson. A rain-filled spectacle of spins and crashes sees car number 70, Robert Amron, coming home in 2nd. A fairgrounds crowd at Tampa, Florida has seen a fairgrounds type of old-fashioned barn burner auto race. And the winner is standing by with Guy Hobbs.
We're down with Johnny Robinson. Johnny, your 3rd victory of the season, and it pretty much clinches 2nd place in the championship for you. You've got to be feeling pretty good right now.
Yeah, I'm feeling great. It was really unexpected. I've had bad luck all weekend. I crashed into the wall in 2nd qualifying, which is our dry session. Didn't get a very good time, ended up 7th on the grid. And it's really unexpected. It was anybody's race, really. It was so slippery. The conditions were changing all the time, lap by lap. I made contact with Brian Herter, unfortunately, and he went into the wall. I'd like to say sorry to Brian. It was just one of those things. There was just no grip. And
when the rain came down, did that give you a little more confidence as far as driving in the wet and with the dry setup? Were you worried about that?
I was at first when we was initially going onto the wets because it was still drizzling. But when we came out to start the race, I realised it was going to dry up. And I felt great because at the restart, I just put my bars back to the dry settings, and I was dry setting from that 2nd part onwards, and the car was working fantastic.
All right, congratulations to you, Johnny Robinson.
Now, as to the standings in this race, the top 10, when they were finishing the distance in this event, stopped by a red flag because of a heavy rain. Robinson first, and then a new name, Robert Amron, came home second. Paige Jones, 18 years old, came back from outside the top 10 to finish third. Tony Levo was fourth. David Pook finished in fifth. It was Leo Parante sixth, Wes Short in seventh, John Bingham eighth. Rob Wilson, limping on 3 wheels, came across in ninth, and John Gooding finished the day in 10th. For Scott Pruitt and Guy Hobbs, I'm Ken Squire. That's the story of the Barber Saab Pro Series race number 11, 1990.